Amanda Knox, the true story behind the murder in Perugia. In November 2007, a quiet university town in Italy became the center of one of the most controversial murder cases in modern history. A young British student was found brutally killed. 3 suspects were arrested, and the world was pulled into a storm of conflicting evidence, sensational headlines, and years of trials, appeals, and reversals. This is the full story of Amanda Knox, Meredith Kercher, and the case that divided the world. The discovery, November 2, 2007. Perugia, Italy. Meredith Kercher, a 21-year-old British exchange student, is found dead inside the bedroom of the cottage she shares with 3 roommates. She is lying on the floor, partially covered with a duvet, her throat cut, and signs of sexual assault. Police are immediately troubled by what they see. No signs of struggle in the room. A broken window in a different room. Blood drops in the bathroom. And a staged appearance to the break-in. To investigators, nothing seems straightforward. Amanda Knox, Meredith's 20-year-old American roommate, says she spent the night at her new boyfriend's place, Raffaele Sollecito. But police soon begin to question her behavior, calling it strange, detached, and inconsistent. The suspicions begin. Police learn Amanda and Raffaele were seen kissing outside the cottage. They also note unusual behavior, Knox reportedly doing cartwheels at the police station, although this claim is later disputed. But the real fuel comes from the media. The Italian press brands her Foxy Knoxy, painting the American student as a wild girl living a reckless lifestyle. The narrative becomes irresistible and dangerous. Under intense pressure, the police begin aggressive interrogations. The interrogation and false accusation. During a long overnight interrogation, with no lawyer present and limited translation, Amanda Knox breaks down. She signs a statement saying she imagined her boss, Patrick Lumumba, might have killed Meredith. This statement becomes a legal disaster. Police arrest Lumumba immediately, but he has a solid alibi. He was at his bar with customers. He is released, and Knox is charged with slander, a charge that will haunt her for years. But now, suspicions toward Knox and Sollecito intensify. A new suspect, Rudy Guede. Then a breakthrough. Forensic teams find fingerprints and DNA belonging to a man named Rudy Herman Guede, a drifter from Ivory Coast known to break into homes. His DNA is found inside Meredith's body, on her clothes, on her purse, on toilet paper in the bathroom. Guede claims he was in the house during the attack, but says 2 unknown assailants killed Meredith. Police reject his story. Guede is placed at the center of the crime, but investigators insist he didn't act alone. The evidence against Knox and Sollecito. The prosecution presents 3 major pieces of evidence. 1. The knife, found in Sollecito's apartment. Knox's DNA on the handle. A trace of Meredith's DNA on the blade. Defense experts argue the DNA level is too low and likely contamination. Independent analysts later support this. 2. The bra clasp, found in Meredith's room. Reported to contain Sollecito's DNA, but it was collected 46 days after the murder, and was handled by multiple officers in a contaminated environment. Later, the court would call this unreliable. 3. The staged break-in. Prosecutors claim the broken window was staged. Glass was on top of clothes. No trace of the intruder on the windowsill. No fingerprints. The room looked artificially ransacked. They argue Amanda and Raffaele staged the scene. The defense fires back. The only confirmed forensic presence at the crime scene is Rudy Guede. The 2009 conviction. Despite the shaky evidence, media pressure is enormous. In December 2009, a Perugia court convicts Amanda Knox and Raffaele Sollecito of murder, sexual assault, staging a crime scene. Knox is sentenced to 26 years, Sollecito to 25. Guede, tried earlier in a fast-track procedure, receives 16 years. The world is divided. Some believe Knox is a manipulative killer. Others believe she is a victim of a broken system. The appeal and the turning point. In 2011, independent forensic specialists re-examined the DNA evidence. Their findings shake the entire case. The knife, no reliable trace of Meredith's DNA. The bra clasp, contaminated, improperly stored, handled with dirty gloves. No physical evidence placing Knox or Sollecito in Meredith's room. Only Guede's DNA is definitively tied to the murder. On October 3, 2011, an appeals court overturns the convictions. Amanda Knox returns to the United States. But the saga is far from over. The dramatic reversals 2013. Italy's highest court annuls the acquittal, ordering a retrial. 2014. A new court in Florence again finds Knox and Sollecito guilty, arguing the evidence still supports a multi-person attack. Knox, now safely in America, refuses to return to Italy. Sollecito is detained briefly but remains free. But everything changes 1 year later. The final acquittal. On March 27, 2015, the Supreme Court of Cassation, the highest court in Italy, delivers its final verdict. Amanda Knox and Raffaele Sollecito are acquitted. The court sharply criticizes contaminated forensic evidence, flawed police procedures, media interference, logical inconsistencies. They conclude there was no credible proof tying Knox or Sollecito to the murder. The judges write that the case was an example of judicial error and a rush to judgment fueled by media pressure. Aftermath. Amanda Knox returns to the U.S., becomes a writer, advocate, and public speaker on wrongful convictions. Raffaele Sollecito rebuilds his life in Italy. Rudy Guede, the only person with confirmed evidence at the scene, serves 13 years before early release. The Kercher family maintains that many questions remain unanswered. Despite the acquittal, Knox still carries a slander conviction for falsely accusing Patrick Lumumba, a legal battle that continues into recent years. The Amanda Knox case remains one of the most polarizing criminal stories of the 21st century. A murder with one confirmed attacker, two suspects cleared after years of trials, and a world struggling to understand what truly happened in that small Perugia cottage. This is not just the story of a crime. It is the story of forensic failure, media influence, human error, and the long shadow of a single eye for more investigations, more analysis, and more true crime storytelling. Subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring these cases to light. That changed many lives forever.